mind if they do it again. I think if they do it again, also looked really good for them. Also looked really good for them. I'd be fine seeing that come back again. I mean, a lot of the heroes were. Fine. Just the actual execution as a team is what seemed to cost them game number 2.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would definitely agree. Right now, we're seeing, we're going to see the bans in the draft here in just a moment. But there we go. I was going to say, I think they're going to end up being the same because right now, the TA and the Storm ban, we're going to see the Omni, the Undying, the Kunkka. I'm trying to remember what was banned here.
Shadow Shaman.
In the last game.
Shaman.
Okay, it was Shadow Shaman. That's right.
Shadow Shaman into an Oracle, and then into an Oracle ban, and then the
so.
I mean, Shadow Shaman makes sense. It's been we haven't seen it this series. We haven't seen it this series, but it's been in a lot of high-level games lately. A lot of professional matches. A lot of professional matches. It just provides quite a lot. Crowd control. The ultimate is really good for objectives. Repeat opener. Is Ricky the answer? That's what they went for last time. I think the funniest thing would be to see the same draft. And then you see Ricky take Exterminator instead and be like, yeah, that was a misplay. That was a misplay. That's not a lot better with the other facet.
I mean, I don't think the Ricky was the problem in their early game. I think AllStars could have steamrolled that off the start they had if they did what you mentioned, which was use the Grimoire immediately, get your level 6 at 7 minutes, and then start playing aggressive with your Invis Ricky, who should have also been level 6 at like 7.5 minutes. But there was like 3 deaths back to back without soaking like any creep waves that really hurt his XP, and he ends up not getting level 6 until like level 11 or until like minute 11.
They go for the Tusk instead. Tusk. Could be 4, could be 5. Could be 5. It has that aggressive potential. Into a hero like Ancient Apparition, that's not very mobile. If you get close, can kill him. Later on, you get the snowball save from Ice Blast. We've seen this paired with the Dawnbreaker quite a lot. So maybe that's something AllStars thinking of. Trying to steal it away.
I mean, if I'm AllStars, I'd give it to him again. After last game, I'm not gonna say too much more, but it's like you wasted 7,000 gold on a Swift Blink at the end of the game. That one's gonna hurt you. I think it's one of those hard to judge until you put it into practice and see where it's gonna get you. Next set of bans, though. So they get rid of the Terrorblade, as he was pretty annoying for them last game. Not shocked. Did go the pipe build early. Now, he did have a couple early deaths just because there was a little bit of overwhelming damage, but getting to that pipe helped out a ton.
I'm glad he didn't skip it. We have lately seen offlane Terrorblades just go full carry mode from the offlane. I can't say it's not effective. But there are many games you feel the lack of the pipe. Which last game we got to see how it did help. He didn't skip it. I'm glad he didn't skip it. They do ban it this time. It would have still been an option. Terrorblade and Tusk is actually also a strong lane. And Ancient Apparition, we saw the Sunder save. The Gyro at least once. Sunder to swap health despite being affected by the Ice Blast.
Mm-hmm. That fight in the triangle where they were just going to get a freebie onto the gyrocopter that turned into like 3 heroes dying. That was like the first time I think in a while we've seen the Terrorblade show as like why it's such a good counter to the Ancient Apparition. Okay. How do you feel about the Pango?
The tag team, okay lane if you run that. But there's the flexibility. Still do mid Pango, 4 or 5 Tusk. Leaving a lot open. Hopefully getting to see a little bit more info from Team DK. You shouldn't be at risk of ever getting cold feet combos since you have 2 mobility spells to get away. I guess I don't mind it in that sense. It's usually a pretty safe early pick. Even though it gets nerfed. Some teams have moved away from it, but some teams still like it.
Yeah.
I Can you do silencer plus Bloodseeker lane here? With Ancient Apparition, it's a bit of a weak support duo. You would definitely need frontliners for your last 2 picks. You would make the life of Pango absolutely miserable.
I think it might be too late. Okay, they go for the Muerta. Now, this was really popular with the Ancient Apparition and like versus Tusk specifically in the 4 position for a while, just because you can protect the hero. You can prevent the snowball, essentially, like basically protecting your initiation by dropping the calling on the hero that you're going for. And that makes it really difficult for the Tusk to get in and secure the snowball, like in that split second that he needs to do it. So I kind of like this pick. I think it does offer something good for them.
What I would love to see. Muerta got a new facet. Muerta got a new facet. Oh, what a cute dog. Muerta got a new facet. Muerta got a new facet. That it seems like carry Muerta. It seems like carry Muerta. Your gunslinger, your gunslinger proc. Reduce the cooldown of and when your Q hits and someone is feared. You get more attack speed. Is that what it is? Like more attack? Oh no, it's more gunslinger. Oh no, it's more gunslinger proc chance. So it seems like a cool combo. I would be interested in seeing that. I would be interested in seeing that. But if they do just run position for Muerta with, I mean, that's a very strong. I mean, that's a very strong lane combo right there.
Yeah, I imagine that's just what it's gonna be. It's just such a staple. The alternative is you do run into carry, like you said, and then you pick something like a Dark Willow, and then you have the Dark Willow Mars, and Dark Willow does something similar against the Tusk, where it does give you some zone control to make things difficult for him to get the Blink Snowballs off.
Tons of magic damage for the Ancient Apparition Ice Vortex. Go that route.
Yeah,
go that route.
Might be too much all in on magic, but we'll see. Warlock, I mean, we might just see the gyro here again. We do indeed. So they didn't feel too bad playing it into the Mars last game, as clearly they will pick the Warlock gyro into the Mars here once again. Now, Team DK need to come up with a better carry solution. They went Dawnbreaker last time, which again, I don't think was actually bad. I think it was just maybe some itemization choices that could have changed things. I do like Razor quite a bit. They will go for the Tiny.
Is it still going to be the mid-tiny, though?
Is this the same draft, bro?
Are they threatening Muerta carry flex? I feel like they are.
They might be.
I feel like they are.
Yeah. I've seen one team run carry Muerta since Gunslinger was introduced, or not Gunslinger, Quick Draw. It looked okay. The problem is that it's execution-wise is not easy.
That's true. It's true. You have 2 people to set things up, though. Avalanche Toss and Arena. And your ultimate, already really strong. Already really strong. Will be even stronger with Ice Vortex. It could be a cool way to just focus fire down a gyro. Focus fire down a gyro in a way that he's not usually prepared to deal with.
Are they really anticipating running carry Tiny here, and they don't want to pick something that deals with Puck? Bristleback Ursa bans.
What is?
I like both of those. They play well into the Tusk lanes.
Like Dorm that they're thinking they want to do tiny carry.
I mean, maybe they're just afraid of the Puck for their support duo. Like if they are running Muerta AA, it's kind of hard for them to deal with Puck. So maybe ban the Storm and then, hear me out, Troll Warlord. They ban Ember. Okay.
Queen of Pain.
Okay, it is carry Tiny, and they will go Queen of Pain.
Unless.
I mean, it's got to be Tusk, Pango in the off lane. Like the Swashbuckle tag team combo is a classic. So I think mid lane, you just need to pick a counter to Quap. We saw Lena absolutely dumpster this hero in lane earlier, but then had a couple of deaths, which hurt her quite a bit.
It would be better this time. It would be better this time because Pango is a much better initiator than
Yeah,
I'm blanking on who they had that game.
Who was it that had that
Darkseer.
They
had like the Darkseer Chaos.
They had like the
Knight
Darkseer Chaos Knight off lane.
Great. So
didn't do great. So
this time they're gonna go for the Pango mid. Go for a new off laner Hunter. Should lane well into the Tiny. You can reduce a lot of damage. You can reduce a lot of damage with Anchor Smash. Two bulky boys over there. Mostly a farm fest. Good team fight. Good with the team fight with the roll and the warlock. Which is kind of what won them. The last game, right? Like their team fight was just easier to execute. Whereas game number one, they were more lane dependent to win that one, and it was a disaster. You know, so maybe going for a repeat on team fight performance here.
I mean, could definitely be. I'm open to the option, like open to the idea. I don't know how I feel about the carry Tiny, to be honest. I think carry Tiny might be one of those things that, like, in certain games it looks pretty good, but is it actually gonna do decent enough into Tusk Pango? Like, you're a 0 armor hero. They're gonna have tag team swashbuckle. I feel like you're gonna get kind of picked on in this lane.
That's true. You do have to be a little careful. You do have to be a little careful
because of the Tusk.
And AA is not the strongest. You also threaten it in your own way, like Avalanche. Cold Vortex, like pretty good.
Ice Vortex, like pretty good. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think Tidehunter's lane should be pretty solid. I don't think he's gonna have a rough time this game at all, but oh, never mind. I don't know why I said it's definitely just Pango mid. I'm dumb. So it is just Tide off lane, which, I mean, also similar idea. 0 armor hero against a very physical damage based kit. But it is game 3. Smoke's gonna pop as they walk right up onto the high ground. Who's gonna be the winners this time? Off the mark there with the dead shot. The Avalanche connects. The Shards is there. A nice Fatal Bonds, but the wraparound on the backside from the Queen of Pain trying to do some work. I'm very confused. They're just gonna die one by one on the side of AllStars. Now looking for BSK. Did you go on the flat? There's gonna be your kind of damage coming in through those Fatal Bonds, but they tried to do the exact same thing that happened last game, but the Gyro and the Warlock were not together this time. So you don't get this flat cannon combo with Fatal Bonds.
Yeah, the location of the fight was also not nearly as good. Last time, like you said, the Fatal Bonds and everything. This time they run into the. Who was it? It was Tiny, I think.
They ran into like the Tiny and the Muerta.
Yeah. They actually had the numbers advantage. It was like 4 versus 3, but they didn't know because the enemy's high ground. So they got scared and kind of like backed off. And then like the Mars wrap around, and then like the Mars we could have fought, but now we've already been chipped down. Now we've already been chipped down. Now we're at a health disadvantage. Now we can't. And that's where you can get a little lucky or unlucky depending on your route and when you run into people. Running into them at their high ground is a bad spot. So I can't say I disagree with backing out, but maybe a safer route. Maybe a safer route needed to be taken first of all to get a better situation.
Yeah. To make sure you have the numbers, right, to go for that 5v5 fight in the mid lane or in that rune area.
Yeah, or drop the ward
instantly as soon as it
smoke breaks.
But it's all right. We'll see how this affects the game, as that's gonna very much favor Team DK to get themselves 2 kills here at the start. First blood, did it go to? It went to the Muerta. So on a support is not the biggest deal, but the second kill went to the Mars. So this off lane in general, very wealthy in comparison.
Though it is into a tough lane. It is into a tough lane in the fatal bonds and the flat cannon. So it might just help them get by. It might just help them get by this lane. Shut down.
A lot of regen down.
But you still have to respect their spell. You still have to respect their spell. You step up too far. You step up too far. Dead shot, spear back, God's Rebuke to keep you in there. God's Rebuke to keep you in there. Killer combo. That is a killer combo. So long as you have enough health. So long as you have enough health to stick through it. This is why fatal bonds. This is why fatal bonds and flat very tried and true. A very tried and true combo.
Pango is starting to take a lot of damage in the mid lane, and well, Queen of Pain, I don't think she's going to be struggling here ever.
She's got to get the 2-minute refill. The 2-minute refill should be fine from here. Should be fine from here. Now, last time we saw a lot of support rotations to help change up this matchup. I mean, not this specific matchup, but the mid lane matchup. So we'll see if they can be better about it this time, especially because like blast in the warlock, block lane. Oh, shard block.
Nice avalanche, but the cold feet was on a creep. That hurts a lot. They're gonna try and body block out here with the ancient apparition, but a lot of potential damage onto the Tidehunter that was missed as a result there.
I also feel like that could have been a kill on the Tiny if he went. We usually see Kraken Shells for the first few levels. Still think that should be a kill. Still think that should be a kill. Pretty far in there. Pretty far in there. Not so sure about this one. He does have ice shard. He does have ice shard block.
Yeah, he's gonna use it
just to get away. He lost a lot of health for that. I think he actually needed to chase. He actually needed to chase this far.
Yeah, I kind of agree. He'll go all the way back to base to reset. I guess Tiny's gonna lose a little bit of XP on the wave, and well, Tidehunter, with like you said, without Gush, actually makes it a little bit more difficult for him to do much here.
Yeah. He's holding the skill point. So so new opportunity arises. They'll have it.
So this whole mess is all your fault?
Overall, the lanes are pretty even in terms of last hits, right? Like, even the Mars, I mean, part of this is due to the first 2 kills here in the bottom lane, but Mars has great CS. Mid, almost exactly even. The carry's pretty comparable. So I don't think right now AllStars, considering they lost 2 heroes at the very beginning of the game, they've got to be pretty happy with the fact that the lanes have gone this well. Queen of Pain is going to go for the teleport and blink play to get double rune here, and that is going to hurt him a lot.
Yeah, I like that play. Yeah, I like that play. Pango is pretty important. I think Pango is pretty important to the early playmaking. Playmaking of AllStars. Think about it. Ooh, throws up.
Yeah, it's like he's just dead, right? Like he can blink scream if he wants.
Thinking if he wants to do it.
I don't think he needs to. He has to fairy fire this. I don't know if the fairy fire even saves him.
It will. He's got to do it though. He's got to do it though.
Oh, wait. What?
Oh, did he magic stick? Is that what? Did he magic stick? Is that he's gonna die there?
No. I guess the last tick isn't actually a tick of damage. It's just the slow.
Oh right, they did change it. I forgot.
Oh, snowball.
I forgot.
Top lane. Ooh, they get the kill. Finally takes down the Tiny. There's your Gush as he hits level 4. And with this, very nice kill.
Pango lives. Thinking back on it, because Queen of Pain went for the TP double water rune. He didn't want to risk dying. On that. At that point, you're actually giving Pango an advantage now.
Tide actually.
On the return, Tiny. Because Pango would die and then just Queen of Pain would be back, and Queen of Pain would be the whole advantage she got. The whole advantage she got would have been gone. Good restraint from her. Does mean Pango gets to live. But actually, I was going to say she gets to build a lead. Pango's slightly ahead of Queen of Pain. Even now.
Yeah, he's actually doing it very well.
Yeah. You swashbuckle.
They are looking to wrap around. Yeah. There's going to be the calling, causing some problems. Dead shots there, and the kill. Going the way of the Quap. Now she is level 6. Will blink bottom to grab a rune, but instead blinks right into Warlock, who will punish you. That is a very nice kill for the Grimoire. That shot veers him into the ancient apparition. That's cheeky stuff there. Well done from Feeling. As he's just going to go toe-to-toe here with this Tusk. Blood Grenade is out. The two supports. Do they have the mana for another dead shot? They do in one. Snowball aggressively again. Swashbuckle connects. Dead shot is there. Double kill for the ancient apparition. Just kill after kill in this mid lane. And now Sonic Wave. Oh my goodness. That was that hurts, baby. That is an easy kill. Now 2. How do you hold Sonic Wave there?
I mean, you use it. He just whiffed. He just whiffed.
I mean, initially, he blinked onto the high ground. Just use it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, probably should. Maybe he wasn't confident. Maybe he wasn't confident. And then once he saw the roll happen, he felt he had to. But too late at that point. In the end, yes, that favors Pango because Queen of Pain died back twice. He died earlier, you know. So like getting a double kill, Queen of Pain has to walk back. She's going to miss some of this creep. What was a very close lane is now suddenly a 1,000 gold advantage for the Pango.
Yeah. I was gonna say, bro, homie just got 1,000 gold lead over the co-op from one big mistake. Yeah, that is very good for the side of AllStars because your Gyro, he's having a great time. Your Tide Hunter, it's a Tide Hunter. What are you gonna do to this guy? He's the watermelon. He doesn't get pushed out of lane, really. He's fine. He's gonna find the Were's here on the bottom side, and the Gyrocopter running down the lane will easily clean this one up. Tries to go for the deny, but does not get it. And Tide will just go back top, I think. Well, maybe. They're looking for a kill here, potentially. They do have the Ravage. Connect. Arena, it's available, but not anymore. A double kill for a Gyrocopter. A very worthwhile rotation now for your Tide.
Okay. It was a slow start. Warlock, but for suddenly Warlock, he's got 5 Grimoire charges. Doesn't even need to use them. He's actually already level 6. Last time he had the same potential, and they never got around to it. I want to see this Golem to take a tower or to take a tower, some kind of fight. You know, get a power kind of fight. You know, get a power. You don't want to wait that long. Like you don't want to wait that long. Like go just drop it on a tower and take the tower.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think you could just look to take mid. It's at half HP. Your Pango can shove the lane pretty easily. They are going to TP quad bottom. They do see this, I think. He knows the arena is coming. Call down is there. He's going to do what damage he can, as there's going to be this... Bro.
Oh, no.
I don't want to say it, but, like, you can't miss the first and the second Sonic Wave of the game. That is devastating for the Dire, because you're not only do you not get the kill onto the Gyro, but you're now going to lose this tower because there is a Warlock Golem here.
Yeah, those are costly mistakes. I mean, it happens. We're human, but it's going to be the reason you lose a match. Potentially. I mean, I know there's still more to be played. It could be a very different early game if those two ultimates hit.
This co-op would be like a couple hundred gold away.
You could swap their net worths.
Oh. Rolling Thunder. Okay.
Like this wouldn't happen. You know, like Quap would have killed him. Quap would have killed him already.
Yeah.
So now it's the Pango who's having an amazing start. Very good diffusal timing. It's going to be very annoying this game, actually. These are not the highest mana heroes in the game. So just being hit by one swashbuckle kind of cuts down the amount of spells you get. And I thought quick solo kill here.
Yeah,
I mean apparition. I thought based on that early fight was going to hit on that quick 6 and you would actually get the chance to find some early kills. No way. At least get the Pango. No way.
They have no fears. You just TPs.
Oh no.
And they got the tower too because the catapult was there the whole time. Top side, they're looking for the Tusk, or looking for the Tiny, but the Tusk off the mark with the shards. They'll just drop the Ravage, the tag team. It's a lot. Has the Avalanche and Gush. In the Walrus Punch so bad. Ice Blast is going to connect. Oh no, the tree toss. Snowball, there it is. But all right, third Sonic Wave's the charm. Surely. Okay.
Oh no, look away, guys.
Okay.
Look away, guys.
I don't know, man. It's a ping issue, dude. It's a ping issue. It has to.
2.5 out of 3.
2.5 out of 3.
Or half out of 3.
Or half out of 3.
That's rough. That's rough.
I'm actually going to see if it is a ping issue. I'm going to do some research real quick.
Go for it.
Didn't he play Queen of Pain in the first game?
Queen of Pain in the
first game, though?
It's not a ping issue.
Dude, you're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say, oh yeah, it's a ping issue.
Oh, my bad. Anyway, topside, they're going to look for the tier 1 tower.
You know what they say,
Gyrocopter
Ricky.
here, level
You know what they
10,
say,
Ricky.
Fourth time's the charm. Fourth time's the charm.
Is that what
That
they
is
say?
what they say. That is what they say.
Is that why I still haven't won TI?
Yeah. 15th time's the charm. 15th time's the charm. As they say. I mean, usually it's Muerta that we would be talking about. That we would be talking about. You gotta land your skill shots. You gotta land your skill shots, or this support's not worth picking. He's been doing fine on the skill shots overall. Skill shots overall. Usually the Sonic Wave. It's not usually the Sonic Wave. We sometimes see it miss, you know. And it's like, and it's like, ah, man, you can't miss one. Three is kind of a problem. I don't mean to be too harsh on it, but it really is. But it really is.
His score is 2-3-2 when it should be 6-1-2.
Yeah.
Legitimately, he should have 6 kills from Sonic Waves and 1 less death. Like that is such a different net worth position to be in. He is 2,000, almost 2,400 gold behind the Pangolier as a result, and that defusal is going to make his game so difficult to play around. We'll see what they end up doing to try and combat the Ancient Apparition, because I think he is the scariest hero for the Pango at the moment, which
they need to get.
Actually might be fine to get mid lane. Yeah, they're going to drop the arena, everything to make sure he does not get out this time. So really well found there from the Mars.
The funniest thing would have been a Sonic Wave.
The funniest thing would have been a Sonic Wave there.
It's true. Just got to get it on the board.
Golem gets dropped to the backside. Call down is there. I mean, the gyro, he knows there's more left.
Time's the charm, baby.
The 4th time is, in fact, the charm. Take down the gyro. Husk now in some trouble. Does have a blink dagger. He should be fine, but oh, no, he's not fine. He's going to try and turn back around, potentially. Has a Walrus Punch. In comes the Ravage. The damage isn't enough. He gets the kill onto the Quap.
AA might die to fatal bonds.
Ooh, no, creep isn't enough damage. Question is, do they get feeling here? He's going to pop the goblet to try and get a little bit of extra movement speed, but there is a Tusk coming on by.
Oh, wrong side. Oh, wrong side. Maybe there's a chance.
That's where you wanted to bring the Tidehunter to. They will get him eventually. He has no mana. Dead shot. There it is.
The important thing is that we're on the board. With Sonic Wave connection.
That is true.
From here, we're online. Is
it bad that I said there was nothing left in the tank before he died, and then he got Sonic Wave, probably being like conditioned to think it's not going to hit?
It might be.
He's conditioning his opponents.
Exactly.
That's
He thought he was safe and overcommitted to aggressive farming. That fight started well for Team DK, not just the early kill on the Pango, but then the follow-up. Stayed around a little too long. But I'd say it's better to get the spells rolling. You can't not find anything. It's kind of a killer on team. So even if it's a back and forth fight, at least it feels like we're using the abilities. Okay, we're using stuck in the trees. Wait, Pango doesn't know either. Actually,
He's like, she's here somewhere, guys.
This is actually an intentional play.
Oh.
Absolutely brilliant. Dude.
And the blink.
Okay, let's go.
Kind of sick. That's big. That being said, Pango just killed himself.
Sonic Wave!
Yeah, Sonic Wave comes through, secures the kill. Ice Blast even connects onto the Tusk, and there's the Dagon.
Let's go. Redemption arc.
That is the redemption arc, indeed. Now they're going to find the Warlock. Avalanche, toss, plenty of damage.
Mid tower.
mid tower.
No Roche potential.
On this lineup off of something like that.
With the way the game's going, you cut the gold lead down to 2K.
You've cut the gold lead down to 2K.
And Redemption Arc fully online now.
Yeah. Hype is done on your Tidehunter, which is a great pickup this game. Absolutely needed for the Ancient Apparition.
Gyro. Just finished the Aghanim.
Finished the Aghanim. Okay.
He's pretty far. That is a solo kill here. Or rather, not a solo kill, but nice pick off the Ops. Yeah, he's put a ward here somewhere. There's no way he's just chilling over here.
Should be a low ground.
Tusk has Ice Shard. And a Blink Dagger.
I would say and Blink, yeah.
Saved himself 50 gold there.
And just a Sentry to put
the limited sentry supply. Nitpicking. But
Ancient Apparition is flirting with death right now.
Just slipped through all of that.
Just slipped through all of that. This is crazy.
He just squeaks his way through 4 heroes and is like, oh,
he thinks it's safe. He's coming back.
I don't know where they are.
He's coming back.
He didn't see anything.
Yeah, he's like, they're not here, I guess. I don't know where they are.
All right, he's out. All right, he's been here enough. They have got everything. They're looking for a play. They got the Blink Arena again.
They got the Blink Arena again.
Time to head in with the Ice Blast. It is a kill on pretty much anyone except maybe the Tidehunter. They see the Pango from behind.
They would really like to find this kill, but he's got a Shadow Blade. He'll be fine.
Okay, Muerta's gonna go shoving. They should wait until. Never mind, we go now.
This is a really nice start here onto the Mars. He gets the arena. Call down will do some work. But the follow-up, Sonic Wave, this one does do quite a bit of work here. But he got Croakered instead. Queen of Pain needs to blink, won't get the chance.
OG Croaker.
All right, sometimes the neutral creeps are not as neutral as we're led to believe. Atos into a stun, but does manage to get the snowball off at the last second, and Tusk sacrifices himself. They're going to be able to chase for more, looking to grab the Tiny. He's too tanky, but the Ancient Apparition, well, not really going to get away from the Pango. Swashbuckle to find that one, a 3-for-1. That Croaker just owned the Queen of Pain. Mid blink animation.
Muerta was heading mid to the tier 2. Bottom to push in the wave to the tier 2. And I feel at that point, someone on AllStars is going to react. And I think you start the fight at that time. They go in 4v5 without the Muerta. And Muerta can TB back, but I mean, the Queen of Pain was dead. Had already thrown the spells. He didn't have the fallout from the Muerta. Just a little bit too soon on that play.
So Pangolier is very close to an Aghanim Scepter. We've already seen him have a pretty good game so far. They had like one unnecessary death, right? But he's still doing really well on net worth. The Ags is going to do a lot of work this game as he's going to eventually be able to go towards a Basher. And sometimes that little bash is all you need, but we've already seen this Diffusal do a lot of work. And another form of mana burn just from Shield Crash spam is pretty huge. Uh-oh, Tidehunter, Tiny in trouble in the top lane as they're going to make a jump here. They have the vision. That'll be a nice pick off going their way.
Going for the Tormentor now.
This is
off this.
Well, they're going to also be able to get their hands here on this Tusk, which very unfortunate for him.
Mars kill and get the Tormentor and the Tusk who found that Mars kill. Well earned.
from the Tusk. Ice shards. Pretty good. I'd say first Tiny especially. I'd say first Tiny actually doesn't have an easy way to shards while he's stuck in there slowed. Did Pango see that? I think Pango. I don't know if he saw it, but he immediately broke Queen of Pain smoke.
He's just feeling it, you know? He's like, oh, maybe there's something going on. I don't know. Oh, okay. That's a Tusk? Yeah, he's dead. I think he activated the snowball too fast. I don't think he was like panicking and like pressed and, you know, came out of snowball immediately when he didn't mean to.
Right now, the rest goes right now. The rest
way. That's my gyro. That's my gyro. They do manage to get the sonic wave. A lot of damage. The pipe surviving at the moment, but the gyrocopter takes that ice blast. He's dead, but the backline deleted thanks to the Pangolier and this Tide. Rolling Thunder going to keep getting canceled. He needs to cast this. Finally going to get used. Does have that Aghanim Scepter. We'll see how much damage he can actually get out. Instead, he's going to turn his attention, take out a bonus kill of the Mars, and now with the Tusk coming in, the Swashbuckle's enough, and they've blocked off the retreat here from the Muerta. Tidehunter just trying to stay close enough, has a gush in a moment. With this, I think they'll have the snowball. Yeah, they got him. There's the Axe reveal doing so much work from the Pango. That was a ridiculous amount of damage.
They almost killed him. They needed one more way to cancel the roll. There's only so many in the tank. They got the gyro kill to start that. But losing that many heroes in the end, not really worth it. Being able to ravage over here, BKB's not quite on a lot of time, so it helps to buy a lot of time to show up. Rest of the team even as they do finish the gyro kill right there. Swashbuckle fatal bonds, dude.
Swashbuckle fatal bonds and a gush onto the Ancient Apparition. He just dies instantly to Swashbuckle and Anchor Smash. Let's just pop them.
Rolls on back in. Tiny, pretty farm, but can't do the damage alone. A lot of it has to come from the ice blast, from the ice blast, either the Queen of Pain or the Queen of Pain or the Tiny. Even though there's right click Tiny, there's still a good amount from having the extra damage from having the ice vortex. Without all of that, especially when you're 10k behind, just can't really finish these kills fast enough.
Bait. Potentially. Good bait here. Ice Blast comes out. Rolling Thunder. It will connect. Needs to be careful, though. And Ice Blast is still on him. He wants to try and get the... Oh, my God, dude. What happened to the Ancient Apparition? Feeling now trapped inside the shards. Can't go anywhere as the snowball will get the kill. All right, yeah, Pango is a little bit too strong right now. Does he have a Brigand's Blade or a serrated Shiv?
Yeah, he's got a Brigand's Blade.
Yeah, he does have Brigand's Blade. Okay, there, I was like, that seemed like Brigand's Blade.
It's a dormant Curio Brigand's Blade. It's even better.
Even more damage.
I mean, I thought it was a cool bait onto the Pango for the illusion rune, but he's just too strong. He's just barely behind the gyrocopter. How did this game start again with 2 kills? For Team DK, right?
Yeah.
Through that. Too much confidence now. Actually, gets speared under the tier 3. He is stuck around a little too long.
He did not get that roll up off in time. He was not expecting that spear back.
No, sir.
So that's a big kill. That is 60 seconds without the Pangolier. They might be able to turn this into a big objective. Tiny's trying to push the bottom tier 2. They could look for Roshan. They could look for Tormentor, right? There are options.
I actually think AllStars was looking for Roshan. And Pango being killed off. They've decided not to go for it. Even though a lot of ultimates got used for it. Kind of not worth taking the risk.
Yeah. They're looking for the Tide. We can trap them in the big cage, but they're also going to find some big heroes on the backside. No, they don't get vision here. The Warlock, and they can have 9 fatal bonds onto 4. The call down doing so much damage. And now with this Tusk, he's going to be trapped inside the arena. Doesn't seem to care all that much. It's 3 for 0. and you still have Ravage.
Never even used it. Tumblers toyed up, and they had to make sure he didn't Ravage. So they threw everything to stop him. Gave the easiest fatal bonds. Flak. They killed three heroes at once. Now they can get the road.
There's like a 3-hero call down too.
Yeah. There's so much AoE from
There's so much AoE from that.
Even smaller things like just ice shards.
Having multiple heroes who are all bound together.
Are they close to dispels?
Are they close to dispels?
No. Yeah, you need the BKBs.
You need the BKBs.
Other forms of dispel. So you can start removing some of this stuff.
Oh, dead in the water in the mid lane.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were going to see the shard coming out, especially against the Queen of Pain. It's one of those that some people prefer to pick it up really early. Just get like a first item blink and then the dead in the water shard. This game, we knew they needed a pipe, so it came out quite a bit slower. But yeah, this is one of the best shards you could ask for against a Quap.
From here,
gonna work down the last.
I imagine. Get this top tier 2. Make your way bottom. Get those.
Make your way bottom. Get those two. You got a lot of time on the Aegis.
I don't think you really have to force top.
They are in position and committed observers.
They just got the Aghanim Scepter on the Tidehunter, and he's level 19, so he just hit it. His level 20 talent is very good. That extra Gush minus armor will give his team so much more to play around.
Going for this.
They're technically strong enough to do this, but if you were to throw, this is how you do it. So
it's going to start with the dive on the AA.
Without the AA damage. That's a big part of this.
And he actually doesn't have buyback. They're going to just respond with a really quick Ravage. The arena does not save anybody. 2 are dead, or 2 additional are dead. The Rolling Thunder just cleaning up the rest. That is as big of a disaster as you could ask for. That is pretty much the end of the game. There is nothing left to defend your high ground. Maybe you can buy back when your Ancient Apparition's alive and look for an Ice Blast play, but you have 3 minutes left on the Aegis. 1 lane of barracks down, the mid lane likely in their sights.
They even have bottom lane.
Push.
I mean, Ancient Apparition just. They were far enough back.
Without the buyback.
Tossed. Is that enough? You gotta get something here. It's not feeling like it's enough.
Buy enough time for the rest of the
Ice Blast is down.
To show up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you have to make this Ice Blast play with
the team.
The Mars Spear and stuff, but now Ice Blast is on cooldown. Oh no, it's about to be on cooldown again, just in a different way. They might get the Tusk here. He's in trouble. The Pipe's buying him a lot of space. He's gonna get the Force Staff to safety. He is out. Pierce the Veil forced out of the Muerta. And with this, a second lane of Rax, the only saving grace is that a tier 1 and tier 2 are still standing in the bottom lane.
You fall.
Have now pushed this to a 20,000 gold advantage.
This amount of gold difference.
This amount of gold difference is kind of killer.
That's also pretty killer.
Really nice
pretty killer.
I would agree.
All right. With a minute and a half on, plenty of time to go take these bottom tier 2s. I would say you could play it safe and wait for the final. Lane to get next rose. I think you've proven you don't actually need it. I think they should have. I think they should have. I think Team DK with a little more patience. You push bottom to be ready, wait for your team to be ready, and the fact that AA got picked off, drew off. They're gonna try it here. Pretty good.
Oh, that's a really nice combo. They take down the Tide. They get the Gyro. The question is, you get the Gyro twice. He has BKB. He has everything. And instead, will Nightfall back to the base. Okay. That is something. That is actually a pretty sick hold. They're going to smoke immediately. Your Gyro, pretty far away, but honestly, with just Pango and the 2 supports, they can very easily find kills.
As long as you have a good fatal bonds, you can do it.
But
play it safe. Just wait for everyone to show up.
Safe. Just wait for
that's the combo that DK needed to wait for, and why you wait for, and why you must have the Ancient Apparition. If Ancient Apparition is dead, it's just not possible. So the fact that they're able to line it up there, does buy them some. Fortunately, a lot of the damage has been dealt. You're gonna need to repeat that. You're gonna need to repeat that 10 more times, maybe. 10 more times, maybe. See a courier.
Oh, okay. I for a second I thought it was literally gonna say 52% win chance. I was like, what? But yeah, no, that is the old win percentage. That sounds about right. Let's see if this wraparound works, man. Finding this Pangolier is huge. The scan is gonna connect. Dust is out. And the Rolling Thunder, well, it finds the Tiny. The chain stuns are there. He needs to get the BKB off. He will. There's a Walrus Punch. Oh, he's just trapped in the shards. Oh, no. He popped BKB and he just can't get out. He's just getting bashed to death and beat to death by a Pangolier. They've already lost the Muerta. There's going to be the Gush. Snowball on in. And the second Walrus Punch to finish the job. Oh, that hurts.
I mean, it was a great scan from AllStars. At the last second, too. Caught the Tiny just in time for the dust to come out. They were too scattered to do anything about it at that point. That's going to lead to the Megas here. No more fortifies. 50 seconds till Tiny's up. Maybe he would have buyback. That would be an economic blow. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter what happens. AllStars is going to be winning. AllStars is going to be winning. This exchange. The game off of this now that they've got the Megas.
Yeah, I mean, you got one more shot at the holy grail of team fight. You know, Mars Arena, Spear into Ice Blast, Sonic Wave, but I don't think they're going to let that happen again, right? The Tusk is not seemingly going to just walk out of the base to go farm the jungles, so...
All right.
Gonna be difficult.
Right. You're actually required. That's okay. Ancient Apparition is not needed. You're required to get dead shot back, spears back, toss back. If you connect all three, they're actually honor bound. To disconnect from the game.
That would, I feel like there should be a series of code in Dota that unplugs your computer if that happens. Blink Ravage, snowball in onto the Mars. Uh-oh. Your team fight is dead on the side of Team DK, but here we go. Ice Blast comes through, and it doesn't hit anybody. Okay, I think this one might be over. They got the Pango. So much work. The throne about to explode. The GGs do come out, and AllStars, after a really rough Game 1 performance, turned this ship around. They will take the series 2-1.
Warm-up game. Game number one. Second game, they fight their way back. They bring the momentum here number 3, where they even got two kills, going the way of Team DK. But AllStars picked a very strong laning team, and were able to just bounce back from that, get themselves into a good spot. And their early plays connected where Team DK's did not. You know, not to bring attention back to that. You know, to his credit,